All right, so let's talk about how you can pick a niche that can actually make you a millionaire and scale your YouTube channel. So, if you pick the wrong niche, you're probably going to end up, first of all, not getting very many views, not getting very many subscribers. But even if you are able to get views and subscribers, it's going to be very difficult for you to actually make money because there's lots of people out there like Boogie2988, for instance, who has nearly 4 million subscribers and they're barely making any money. They're barely getting by. He actually went on a podcast recently and revealed that he only makes about $4,000 a month, which is actually below the average income for an American. And this is even though he has a 4 million subscriber channel. However, if you pick a good niche, even if your channel doesn't blow up, even if you only get hundreds or maybe a few thousand views per video, you can make an absolute killing. And that's what I'm going to be going over in this video. I'm going to prove that to you. By the way, I'm going to give you actual examples, but let's jump into it right now. So let's talk about this. This is going to be a step-by-step guide. And the first thing we need to talk about is identifying good versus bad niches. So good niches solve real problems for real people with real money. And an example of this from one of my clients actually is teaching how to get into Ivy League schools. So this is one of my clients actually teaches kids and the parents of kids how they can get into Ivy League schools. And he makes a really good income from that. He makes 7 figures a year doing this, even though he has a relatively small channel. Now, we're going to get into more of that here in a moment, but let's quickly go over what a bad niche is. So a bad niche would be overly saturated niches, aka Minecraft channels, gaming channels, or just these are obviously entertainment content, but even educational content. For instance, the self-help industry. I mean, there's so many self-help videos out there. There's also so many videos on how to study, et cetera, et cetera. Like the types of niches that are saturated. And if you want to go into those niches, you can, but you're going to have to differentiate yourself somehow. And it can be hard to differentiate yourself. Same with fitness, right? Fitness is incredibly saturated. Like basically everything that could possibly have ever been said in fitness has already been said. But it's another way where you can go into it if you want, and you can make money, but it's incredibly saturated. What you should do instead is still go into fitness, but you need to choose a sub niche. And I'm going to get into exactly how to do that. Another thing you want to watch out for is lacking a clear audience with purchasing power. So this is another thing that you definitely want to watch out for. Now, I'm going to go ahead and link you to some examples here. So first of all, let's talk about some good niches. I'm going to show you one of my clients. Like I said, I'm giving you guys an example. Felix and Friends, this is one of my clients. He makes about $1 million a month with 155K subscribers. So usually it ranges like 700K to $1 million a month. He's in a really, really good niche because he basically covers the stock market and he teaches people how to do options trading. And from the background that he comes from, he basically comes from a background where he was an investment banker. He really knows how to do this stuff, right? Because he was like in the industry. So he's really good at doing it, unlike most of the people that teach this stuff who are just like kids who learned like a year ago. And so he gets people really good results, and that's why he makes so much money. And he basically makes content on all kinds of different, news updates and things like that that are happening in the stock market, right? He makes content on all kinds of stuff like that. And you can see he basically makes news updates, and sometimes he'll switch into, some evergreen content as well. And yeah, that's the type of content he makes. And, he doesn't get a lot of views, right? He doesn't get a crazy amount of views. So, to the newbie eye, you might even think like, oh, this guy's not successful. But that is not true whatsoever. He is absolutely crushing it on his YouTube channel. And so this is an example of somebody who is in a good niche. He's in the finance niche. And I'm going to give you a list of good and bad niches here in a moment. And I'm going to talk about all of them as well. And then let's talk about a bad niche. So we talked about Boogie2988. Let's go over that one. So Boogie2988, he make like video game content and stuff like that. But yeah, it's entertainment. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. He revealed at one point that he only makes about $4,000 a month from YouTube, which he's barely getting by. You know, that's not even enough to have an employee, right? So you'd think someone with a 4 million subscriber channel would probably have employees, and it looks like he doesn't. And yeah, he's just barely getting by. He went on a podcast and he talked about it, and you know, it's sad to see. It's really sad to see. Um, you know, so that's an example of kind of a bad niche. Like entertainment in general, just you typically want to avoid that because you want to be solving real problems for real people that have real money. But let's just assume you're going into education. So you're trying to educate people and you're trying to actually solve their problem. Some niches that are pretty mediocre, you know, are like study, right? Study niches. So like I'll give you an example. Thomas Frank, um, he went into the study niche, and this is a guy that I actually followed for years. His channel used to be called College Info Geek, and then he changed it to a personal brand called Thomas Frank. And he was probably the biggest player in the kind of study niche, like teaching people how to study and be more effective and learn more effectively and all that kind of thing. He was actually he probably had the biggest channel, and his content was really good. It was great. And yet, he wasn't making that much money. He was making, I mean, he was making good money, don't get me wrong. He's making around $30,000 a month. But you would think somebody in the study niche would be making more money than that. And what happened is he actually made a second channel, Thomas Frank Explains. And this channel was a niche channel. It wasn't just study in general or kind of like self-development in general like his main channel was. This is a niche channel. And basically what he did on this channel is he just taught people how to do Notion templates. This channel is all about Notion tutorials and other deep dives into productivity tools by Thomas Frank. So all of his videos are about Notion. Every single video is about Notion. And basically what he does is he sells Notion templates. So he's solving a real problem for real people. He's got a very specific type of person in mind, a person who wants to have a productivity system and wants to use Notion. And he basically sells them Notion templates and teaches them how to use the Notion templates. So it's not just a general mass market wide audience of people who are generally interested in, you know, like productivity, self-development, study skills, like his main channel is, and you can kind of see his main channel's content here. You can kind of see like it's just all over the place. Phone addiction, productivity apps, easiest way to double your productivity, how to stop overthinking, you know, et cetera, et cetera. It's not like that at all. It's very, very specific. And would you be surprised if I told you that he makes significantly more from this tiny channel with 243K subs? He's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month than he does from his massive 3 million subscriber channel. There you go. So, you know, the productivity niche, I'm not going to lie, it's not a terrible niche. But you need to go further. You need to go deeper if you're going to choose a niche like this, right? You can't just talk about productivity or studying and stuff like that because let's be honest, high school kids, college kids, they don't have much money, right? They don't have that much money. So, you know, you got to go deeper and you have to talk about something more specific if you want to attract the right audience. And this is exactly what Thomas Frank did. Another one is just like self-development. So let's talk about like self-development niche. There's been people that have been doing this for years. You know, how to beast. Hamza got into it. Now Hamza is an interesting example because he was making maybe about 30K per month doing self-development content, and he was doing it for a younger audience. And then when he started doing business content, he basically immediately went up to like 200, 300K per month. So he switched from self-development to business, and he basically 10x'd his income. So you know, there's some other guys. Let's see here. This guy, Better Ideas. Why self-improvement is ruining your life. He's one of the biggest channels in the self-development niche as well. And they've talked about their income, and you know, it's good, but it's not great. It's good, but it's not great. Another one, guys, is photography, right? Photography. This is another niche. I mean, you can make some money with it, don't get me wrong, but holy cow, there's a lot of photography and videography channels, guys. There's so many of them. And, you know, Peter McKinnon is probably the biggest channel in this niche. Peter McKinnon. You know, he's got like 6 million subs. And, you know, he uploads here and there. But, you know, he's making good money, but not as good as you'd think, right? He's probably making about $1 million a year. But you'd think if he's, 6 million subscriber channel, he'd be making like 10 million a year. And he's not. He's not making as much money as you think. And so this is another one of those niches, a lot of people in it. If you want to be successful in this niche, you have to niche down. You have to pick something very specific, like, for instance, real estate photography, and then help real estate agents get more clients by doing photography. Something like that, something much more specific, right? And that's how you actually make money in these niches. And you might only be getting a couple hundred, couple thousand views per video, and that's fine. You're still going to make a ton of money doing this, right? So these are good niches and bad niches. And let's talk about, let's actually do a list of these, right? So we're going to get into a list of them, but also let's talk about some cheat codes for selecting your niche. So the number one cheat code for selecting your niche is you are the niche, right? So basically, what you want to think about is, what did you do in your past that, like, you had problems and you were able to overcome them, and then make video ideas on those things, right? So, and then the second thing, after making video ideas on problems that you were able to overcome in your past, is you want people to watch your videos because of you. Now, at first, when they start watching your videos, it's always going to be because of the value proposition of your content. So it's always going to be because you're making videos on XYZ, whatever it is you're making videos on. But eventually, you want people to watch your videos because it's you. They form a real relationship with you, right? And that's why you want people to watch your videos. So this is why you want to be the niche. And an example of somebody who is the niche, and he does this very, very well, is Ali Abdaal. Ali Abdaal is the niche, okay? Because this man right here talks about everything. He talks about high income skills, destroying your brain, slow down, a productive week in my life. It's a vlog? What? My honest advice to someone who feels behind in life, how I type real fast, 5 surprisingly productive things to do when you're bored, 7 life lessons, a beginner's guide to making money, a week in my life, a vlog, start a new business. This man breaks all the rules on YouTube. And he's able to do it because people don't watch his content for his content. People watch his content for him. That is his value proposition. He is the niche. He's able to talk about anything because people watch his content for him. And it also makes it easier to pivot niches if people are watching your content for you as well. So the first rule is you are the niche. So talk about things that you have, overcome, things you're already an expert on, things that you had a huge problem with, things that you were actually naturally very bad at, for instance, and you were able to get decent at them. These are examples of things that could really help you. So you are the niche. Always remember that. Cheat code number 2 for selecting the niche. What kind of content do you consume for fun regularly? What are you naturally good at? What have you had a lot of experience with? For instance, look at your YouTube search history. Look at the things that you regularly consume. And the reason why this is so powerful is because as much as you think, like, you might get really excited and you might be like, oh, I'm going to work super hard and I'm going to make so much money and I'm going to help so many people. And that's great. Getting motivated is great. But eventually, when you push hard enough and you push for long enough, you're going to burn out. You're going to get tired. You're going to lose your motivation. And at that point, you have to rely on willpower and you have to rely on discipline. And that can get you even further. Willpower and discipline are great. But what you really want is something where you don't have to push it. It's something that's pulling you, right? You want something that's actually pulling you in. And the best way to do this is to make content on stuff that you're actually interested in, right? Make content on stuff that you're either naturally good at, you have a lot of experience with, or you're actually interested in it, right? So if it's something you're naturally good at or you have a lot of experience with, you're gonna enjoy the process of doing it because you know that you're world class at it. You know that you're really good at it, and you know that you can make content better than other people at it. Or you want to pick something that you're passionate about, or preferably all three, right? And that might not be something you're really good at, and it might not be something you have a lot of experience with it, but you are really passionate about it, and that's going to help you, really break through and just keep doing it in the long run, right? For the long haul, okay? Cheat code number 3 for selecting your niche. What niches can you easily make money from? This is another, honestly, really important cheat code. And a lot of people don't talk about this. They ignore the money-making side of YouTube. And this is basically what I specialize in. I specialize in not necessarily getting views and subscribers, although I do help people get that. I specialize in actually making money on YouTube because there's tons of broke influencers out there, guys. I can't tell you how many broke influencers there are. People with millions of subscribers that are barely making any money, right? This is what I specialize in. I specialize in actually making money from YouTube. So let's talk about a list of CPMs for niches. Lifestyle and vlogging niche. This is about $5 to $8. CPM is basically how much you make from AdSense per 1,000 views. Okay, so how much you get paid by YouTube from the ads that pop up on your channel per 1,000 views. And lifestyle and vlogging niche is about $5 to $8. College degree, about $10 to $15. Automotive, $10 to $12. Physical technology reviews, $3 to $5. Gaming, $3 to $5. Growing on social media, $3 to $5. YouTube, $15 to $20. Forex trading, $40. Personal finance, $30 to $50. Make money online, $30 to $50. Career, $15 to $25. Software, $30 to $50. Animals, pets, $2 to $8. Art, $2 to $8. Beauty, $2 to $12. Dating niche, $2 to $10. Family/parenting advice, $2 to $8. Fitness/dance, $2 to $10. Gardening, $2 to $8. Home improvement, $2 to $8. How-to, $2 to $8. Language, $3 to $12. Lifestyle, $12 to $10. Marketing, $15 to $25. Mental health, $2 to $10. Motivational videos, $3 to $12. Outdoor, $2 to $8. Science fiction/fantasy, $1 to $8. Self-improvement, $3 to $12. Spiritual, $2 to $10. And true crime, $3 to $12. Okay? Now, the CPM usually gives you a pretty good indicator of how much money you can make, but it's not perfect, okay? Because you might get a CPM, but maybe it's really hard to get views, right? Maybe it's saturated or it's like really hard to get views or just there's not that many people interested in it. So you can look at these and see which ones have high views as well, which ones have medium views, low views, etc. And then probably the most important thing is whether or not it's good for selling digital products, okay? So lifestyle and vlogging niche, you make $5 to $8, but it's bad for digital products. College degree niche, you get medium views, it's okay for digital products, right? Automotive, you get high views, but it's pretty bad for digital products. Like it's kind of hard to sell digital products. Physical technology reviews, $3 to $5, very high views, but it's bad for digital products, okay? So gaming, very high views, bad for digital products. Growing on social media, high views, great for digital products, but it's only $5 to $10, right? So, et cetera, et cetera. And you can kind of look down through these and see which ones appeal to you. I'll just slowly scroll so you can pause the video and check them out. So some that stand out to me, marketing, low views, but great for digital products. That's kind of what I'm doing essentially. It's $15 to $25, but it's really great for digital products. Dating niche is another good one. It's great for digital products, even though you might not make that much money from the channel itself. Software, really, really good for everything, digital products and the AdSense you get, and it's medium views, so it's pretty good there. Personal finance is honestly one of the best ones. It's just unbelievably good. Make money online is another one, unbelievably good. I'd say I'm kind of in make money online as well. $30 to $50, high views, great for digital products. I mean, it's just unbelievably good, right? So it's really good one. Career's pretty good, medium views, but great for digital products. And YouTube niche, it can be okay. It can be decent. Great for digital products as well. Forex/trading, unbelievably good. It's just like ridiculously good. And yeah, there's more niches than this, but these are some of the main ones. Now, cheat code number 4 for selecting your niche, teach people how to overcome a problem that you've already overcome, AKA make content for the past version of yourself. So basically pretend like you're making content for the younger version of yourself and then teach that person how to overcome the same problem that you had, but just do it faster, right? So overcome it faster than it took them, right? That's a cheat code. Cheat code number 5 for selecting your niche. If it doesn't work out after 10 to 30 videos, just switch niches because you are the niche, so it doesn't matter. Cheat code number 6 for selecting your niche. Stick to the broad niches of health, wealth, and relationships, as these tend to be the most profitable and easiest to monetize. So everybody in the world has problems, and almost everybody in the world has problems when it comes to health, wealth, and relationships, right? So stick to those niches typically broadly. And yeah, these are some of the absolute best secrets for how to do this. And when it comes to quickest success, I've helped a student get to $10,000 in 18 days. Now, I actually got there myself on my second channel even faster, but I helped a student get to $10,000 within 18 days. I've helped some students, get to about $100,000 within 6 months. right? So they got to around $100,000 within 6 months. And both of these, by the way, were complete newbies. These people were starting off from absolute scratch. Now, if you talk about my clients that were most successful, that actually started off with a following already and they were already making money, I got a client from $100,000 a month all the way up to $850,000 a month in 6 months. So that's a $750,000 increase in 6 months, right? So those are some of my best client successes. You can check out some of my testimonials by going to thecontentgrowthengine.com/home. Then you can check out the testimonials down here, see some of the clients that I've worked with. And yeah, if you'd like to work with me, there'll be a link down in the description and the pinned comment below. We could do basically a free audit of your channel and just check it out and just tell you what you need to do in order to succeed. Also, there's some freebies down there, so definitely check those out as well. There are people that have actually grown their YouTube channels just by watching my free content and using my freebies, right? So the lead magnets that I give away are excellent.